Hello, Thursday comes round again, quickly, doesn't it? I'm Jill Aborough, and I want to talk to you today about redundancy with love. Redundancy happens all the time in business, particularly during COVID-19, with so many businesses facing closure and getting smaller. So how can redundancy possibly be done with love? Anybody who knows me will know that one of my stock replies to this sort of question is, it ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. Or more to the point maybe, it ain't what you say, but the way that you say it. And this applies in a whole load of situations, but particularly in redundancy situation. There are so many things that you can do to ease this whole process, both for the person on the receiving end of this awful message and for you yourself who are having to give that message. So I've put together some questions for you to think about. They're not meant for you to give quick and easy answers, but just to get you thinking about some of the things that will help you to plan your redundancy process carefully. And you need to think about whether you can look yourself in the mirror and answer these questions truthfully. So in no particular order, what support are you giving those who are made redundant to find other work? How meaningful is your consultation process? Are you actually really open to hearing suggestions about how to avoid redundancy? Could you even act on some of those and avoid the redundancy? How fair has your selection process been? Have you kept the door open for a future employment relationship? Just because somebody doesn't fit the company right now doesn't mean they won't in future. What support are you giving to those who've survived the redundancy process and are still working in your company? What steps are you or could you put in place to avoid future redundancies? This is a good one. Have you used the redundancy process just to get rid of some dead wood, some people who aren't being productive or aren't doing their job very well? And this is a key question because that is not what the redundancy process is for, and it's not a fair or kind way of dealing with poor performance. So how fair has your whole redundancy process been? And to answer this, you might want to think about whether you or your partner or your children, if one of you was facing redundancy from your company, would you feel that they had been treated fairly? That they had been given every opportunity for support and help? And that people had been kind to them through the process? Would you have a good feeling about the company still? I've had many thank yous over the past 20 or so years I've been in HR. Thank yous from people who've been through redundancy, some of them quite traumatically. And they've all been about the way that their redundancy's been handled and how they've been treated and how grateful they were that they were treated like a human being. And I'd love to help other people to get those kind of results from redundancy. So if you think I can help you, please reach out to me. That's all for me from this week. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.